SMT Nation, we back. Nation, T-Mobile is raising prices on its home internet service this week. Title from the article from Coastman, Vasile on Phone Arena tells it all, but there are so many more details. Let me tell you what's going on with this price hike, what it means for you. There's several other details that you got to know. All right, time frame, what's going to happen to the terms of service, what's happening with pricing. We got it all here for you in today's video as things with T-Mobile home internet are changing. Link for the article will be in the description. Ways to support the SMT can be found there as well. All right, so technically what's happening here is T-Mobile is actually reverting to its old, more expensive pricing. So while it may technically seem like it is a price hike, it's actually a reversion to the old original price that T-Mobile sold its home internet for. All right, now there's some really important details here that I want to cover because the terms of price lock are changing as well. Okay, so the reason we're doing this video now is this is expected to happen here in short order. Probably on Thursday, January 18th, which would be tomorrow at the time of this recording, you're going to see the price change on the T-Mobile website. You're going to see the price change on the advertised pricing. So let's put this into perspective. Currently, most folks who sign up for T-Mobile home internet are paying $55 a month. And if you're able to or willing to apply auto pay with a debit card or checking account, right? Breaches be damned, whatever. You are getting a $5 discount. Well, now they're going to move to a $65 price point based on the verbiage in this article. And then your auto pay scores you a $5 discount, bringing the price to $60. Now, if you have T-Mobile as a provider, a mobile and a wireless service provider, you're paying less for your T-Mobile home internet. I think some folks are paying $30 a month if they have like Magenta MAX or if they have like the Go 5G Next or the whatever those Go 5G, the newer plans, right? And then I think some other plans will get you like a smaller discount of like $10, right? So those are important things because those will actually get you a decent price on this service. Outside of those converged discounts, kind of bundling with T-Mobile, once you get over $60, I mean, is the service really worth it? I mean, I know a lot of people want to get away from big cable and they want to get away from expensive wireline providers and DSL and stuff like that. So you have to kind of weigh those options. Is the value really there? Got to call a spade a spade. T-Mobile's NPS scores, customer satisfaction metrics. Would you recommend this service to a friend or family? T-Mobile comes in at number 2. They have the second best NPS scores. They really only trail Verizon. While there is a lot of separation between the Verizon 5G home internet and T-Mobile's, that is the fact, right? So those are important pricing options, bundling options that can score you discounts and kind of plays into this value piece, right? And I kind of wanted to talk about that because it's like you see T-Mobile doing something like this, charging a little bit more for the 5G home internet. They feel comfortable where their take rate is on the service. T-Mobile is basically saying, people like our service, they're willing to pay for it. Let's bump the pricing. And they're willing to do it because they don't think it's going to change their growth trajectory. They still think people are going to come to their service for at that price point. So they're comfy with where things are. I also want to throw in the fact that, and I explained this in my video previously, we talked about this before, kind of the prediction video, as you know, the SMT Nation was discussing this internally and we were getting rumor mill was going about price hikes. The thing about like, you know, the T-Mobile home internet, right? And they're looking at the industry. Verizon just raised pricing last August on their 5G home. They're looking at the industry with respect to the wireline providers who are their main competitors. So Spectrum and Comcast. Spectrum raised their prices 3 times in the last 13 months. Comcast raises their prices every year. So here's what happened. This is how I compared it. You have cable pricing here, right? You have fixed wireless access pricing here, right? Comcast, Charter, Spectrum, they raised the pricing a little bit. They got all this space. So T-Mobile's like, well, we can raise it this much and still be much cheaper than wireline. That's the basic premise of this. They're watching other providers get away with price hikes, still growing, adding customers. Why would they want to miss out on that margin improvement? So they're going to improve their profits by raising prices. And it's not going to impact their growth because they're still a cheaper option than most other companies. Here's the kicker. The big component that cannot be overlooked in this: price lock for new customers is over. The prices that we just discussed are for new T-Mobile home internet customers. If you're an older legacy T-Mobile home internet customer, you've already had it, you've had it for years, you've had it for months, this price change is not going to impact you. This is for new customers. The terms for new customers on price lock are different too. So check this out, guys. Instead of getting a price lock for your life, never pay more, the commercials, the advertisements you see from T-Mobile, right? They're going to end that marketing campaign. They can't do that anymore. They have changed the terms. If you are a T-Mobile home internet customer starting January 18th, and I do think they're going to quietly raise the pricing, and they're going to quietly move away from the price lock promises, you will be subject to a price hike in the future at any time. No more price lock. What they're going to do for you is, if they raise the pricing on you and you don't want to keep the service anymore because of the price hikes, T-Mobile is going to cover the final month of your service due to the price hike and allow you to move to another provider if you're leaving because of the price hike. I want you guys to let this sink in. T-Mobile has led the way on pushing the price lock narrative. Never raise the prices on you. This is your price for life, blah, blah, blah. They are completely eliminating that for all new customers moving forward. That is a huge shift in marketing and philosophy, which tells me two things. Number one, they want the ability to raise pricing in the future. They are anticipating big cable, Verizon, to raise prices in the future, maybe on an annual basis. They want to play with those levers too. They want to be able to pull those levers, raise prices, so they can improve their margins along with the rest of the industry. That's what they want to do. And the second thing, this tells me that T-Mobile is shifting away from whatever previous Un-carrier things that they were talking about. They are not doing those things anymore. They simply cannot. They have been spending tens of billions of dollars on their network for the last several years. Investors and shareholders need a return on invested capital, right? So the pressure is there for them to recoup and get that money back into the investment of the network. Now, I will say this. T-Mobile technically doesn't build capacity for their 5G home internet on their mobile network. What they do is they build capacity for the network, and where they have extra capacity, they sell it through home internet. There will never come a day, according to them, with their capital light approach and philosophy, there will never come a day where they're building capacity for 5G home. So your experience could degrade, your experience could worsen. They're just going to tell you to go, right? They're not going to really build capacity. They're going to be very careful about their spending. They've got other plans in the future, which we don't have all the intimate knowledge of all those things. But this is what it's come to. This is what T-Mobile is going to do moving forward. The days of old where you were paying $50 for home internet from T-Mobile, now they're going to be selling it for $60, and that's with autopay. Without autopay, you're talking about $65 if the pricing here in these articles are accurate. They changed the autopay so you can't use credit card. It's got to be a debit card or a checking account. No more price lock, right? And again, I'm going to reiterate this. If you're a legacy customer and you've had T-Mobile for home internet, this is not impacting you. This is going to be the new terms. I still don't trust T-Mobile. We saw when they tried to move people and migrate them to all the new plans, right? To force them. Be careful, right? Watch your bill. Watch T-Mobile like a hawk. Hold them accountable. But and maybe you still want to get the T-Mobile home internet service. You've been on the fence. You've got about a day at the time of this recording to maybe try to lock in the old price with the old price lock terms. That's probably more important, right? Locking in the old terms so they can't raise prices on you in the future. But I expect them to quietly sneak in these term changes. You'll see the price increase. You'll see the price lock changes. And that's going to be T-Mobile moving forward. It's really about them being able to do whatever the hell the industry is doing. This version of T-Mobile is not disruptive. This is the new T-Mobile. This is a corporate T-Mobile that is very focused on doing carrier things. It's not really about doing uncarrier things. You guys notice they're doing the same things Verizon and AT&T have been doing for the last several years. That's the carrier playbook. Don't let the branding and the marketing fool you. In fact, I think at some point, T-Mobile is going to seriously have to just completely abandon whatever uncarrier thing they have used in the past. They just can't do it anymore. They're doing exactly all the same things that Verizon has been doing, that AT&T has been doing, that big cable has been doing. They're not any different. I mean, if they're cheaper, yeah, you go with them, use them. I'm not telling people how to spend their money, but I think it's important that you understand how to navigate these waters and make good, informed purchasing decisions as a customer. So if you found this video helpful and you want to help out our channel, please do like and share. You can help others as well. Comment down below your thoughts on, number one, the price hike. Number two, I think just as important as the price hike is the term changes to price lock. And anticipate in the future, as other competitors raise prices, T-Mobile will be doing the same. I expect a Verizon price hike in the summer. I expect other carriers to continue to increase pricing as they can get away with it. Remember, home internet is utility, in my opinion. So they know people need it. And if everybody else is raising prices, if you're going to leave a company, you're just leaving to another expensive option. Sound off in the comment section below. You are the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard.